Oh, hey everybody. It's the Team Reborn surge after the surge, the after party. We have our stuff together tonight, as you can tell. So we are just wanted to share. Some of you were at Summit, so you've already heard. Some of you have not, but you've been kind of seeing announcements here and there. We want to cover some stuff in case you haven't heard it and kind of touch on some aspects that we think that you guys really should focus on over the next couple weeks. And then we have 3 people that did go to Summit that wanted to really share quickly about their story, their hesitations before they went and their outcome from that. So Maria, why don't you just jump in real quick on some of the stuff that you wanted to share with them?
Yeah. Okay. So before I hit record, we were talking about Team Cup and how it's an amazing thing to get together with people from all across the Team Beachbody network. And it's so great to do it within your smaller team also. But it's also great to meet new people and you get to connect and brainstorm and really bring your business to another level of helping people, which is so incredible. Lindsay, do you know the new guidelines for this cup?
I haven't seen them yet. We'll post them in Team
we'll post
Reborn.
it.
But who's on a Team Cup page? Is anybody registered yet on a Team Cup page? Jenny is. Okay. All right. So Team Cup, has no idea what we're talking about? You basically team up with other coaches. You guys work together to achieve Success Club, Rank Advance. It's really just extra level of accountability. It helps you with that extra little push, right? So it's really cool. So we'll share the actual pieces. Oh, up to 2 diamond. There's all over it.
Yes, that's what changed. Yeah. Yes, it was only 1 diamond before. Now that's what it was.
Okay.
Sorry.
Cool.
Okay. Second, who has a Shift Shop group starting on Monday? If you're not in the Challenge Tracker app, you're going to want to get in there. I know there's a bunch of coaches on Team Reborn that have one. There's going to be exclusive content for coaches. So not only is Chris going to be in there, and yes, I refer to him first name basis, but him and Carl, that they're going to have their normal posts in there, but they're also going to have a special YouTube page just for Beachbody coaches. That new video every day is going to be uploaded. We could preview it first and then do copy and paste it into the challenge tracker, and we get to use it for a post for the inspiration, the motivation, make something out of it, which is awesome. They're really going above and beyond on that.
Okay, wait. Who has Shift Shop? Everybody has On Demand, right? You guys have been doing it? Okay. So you got to be talking about it, right? I think recording videos of yourselves doing the moves, like putting it up, iMovie, it's super easy to stream it together. I don't even do mine with music, pictures of you talking about it, right? People know that it's out there. I believe it's going to be one of the biggest programs ever. So you have to be talking about it, right? You have to be putting it out there so people can see that. And 100% you need to be having a group of some sort that starts on Monday that you're talking about it, promoting for, right? Talking about the launch, something like that. It's a massive opportunity. And so people are going to hear about it. Do you want them to buy it from you, or do you want them to buy it from somebody else, right? So that's just think about that when you're putting stuff out there about what you're doing. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
It's awesome. 3 days. I just did 3 days in, and you guys that have it too, right? It's freaking amazing. Yeah, so important, Sarah. You can unmute yourself at any time, Sarah. All right, cool, Maria. Shift Shop. We talked about Team Cup and Shift Shop.
Yes, Summit tickets. We were just saying how amazing Summit was and recapping everything. And special Summit price, only $145, which is incredible. Honestly, when we were in registration, if you went to sign up day of, it was like $2 something. So it's absolutely crazy. It's discounted and you get so much for that price, for that value. And it's like that for $145 until Sunday.
Raise your hand if you were at Summit this year. Would you pay $145 for the experience that you had? Everybody is shaking their head, thumbs up. It is a tough pill to swallow to spend $145. I know that. We all feel that. It is a stretch for sure. But you guys have to come at this also as business owners, right? And so this is an investment into your future of your business and your family. And it's the power of these events. You guys could see it across social media. The coaches that came back from Summit have that fire in their belly, right? They are pumped up. They are committed. It is the knowledge that you gain from that far exceeds anything else, right? I know coaches that have sold stuff out of their garage to pay for their ticket to get there, and it's totally paid off for them, right? It's the power behind what you're doing all in one place. So if you have not been there, figure out what you could do to get there, right? If you sell a couple challenge packs, there's your ticket, right? If you have that fire and that will and that drive, you'll get there. So Summit is amazing. I think it's through the Monday, right? You said, Maria. But you're going to hear from 3 coaches, their quick story about why you need to be there too.
Yeah.
So,
can I say something real quick? So yes, obviously it's an investment right now of $145, but you get 100% back if you don't want to go at the end of December or something happens. So it's totally worth it. And it's also transferable. The guy, Michael Neiman, just talked about it on the Surge. So, I mean, there's really no, I think it's such a great opportunity. And 145, you can't beat that.
Yeah, for what you gain from it, right? $145 is $145, but it's what you're going to gain from it, right? And it's like literally you can get a return, right, on your ticket if for some reason December rolls around and you're not inspired to continue to go, right? Cool. Yes. So good, Sarah. Thank you. All right, Maria, is that Super Saturday on YouTube? Shift Shop. It's Shift Shop on YouTube.
I know. I keep thinking it's Super Saturday too. I know. My brain goes to that. No, I wanted to talk. They mentioned right at the end the up and comers for the 2018 Success Club trip. I was just looking in the FAQ right now to check out some more things about it. And so basically, if you're a new coach, diamond rank or above, they have the promotion period. And I definitely am going to post the FAQ because there's a lot of ins and out. But it's a way for new coaches that hit Success Club to really have a goal. So if you have someone sign up that they hit Success Club 18, maybe they're one of the top in, that qualifying week. And that really, really matters. And that's really cool. So it's just a really great promotion that they're doing because who was at Success Club trip? Raise your hand.
Oh,
was it not incredible?
Roll out another thing you got to be there for. Yeah. All of these things all these things are just keep you fired up, right? It keeps you the fire in your belly and you know what you're working for. So that's awesome.
I'm going to put that right here.
That's the new Coach Success Club trip you're talking about, right? Yeah.
It's the same as our same Success Club trip. It's just they're doing this and opening up rooms and want to give new people that come in a chance to get on there.
Right. Yeah. Because you would have to be on the wait list and all that. That's not fair, right? If you're coming in and you're working hard for it, you deserve a spot there too, which is amazing. Yes. Where are we going again?
Riviera Maya.
Oh, yeah. Did you see the foam pool party at this one? Come on. Who doesn't want to be in a foam pool party? Okay. We have fun. We promise. You don't have to be in a foam pool. Okay. So Summit tickets, new coach. Okay. So a couple of awesome announcements. I don't know if they even talked about this tonight on the Zoom, but you guys, I think the loudest cheer in the audience was when they talked about the new websites coming. Okay. So Team Beachbody website, new Coach Online Office, new mobile websites. So it is legit going to be finally, we are an online company. It's finally going to be an online, super easy for us, right? The entire Coach Online Office is going to be super easy. The actual Team Beachbody website, they showed us graphics of what it will look like. It is beautiful. It is crisp. It is clean. It is easy. It is effective. They are going to have stuff where when you set, you can customize an order for a client, for a customer, and they just go to their shopping cart and it's already there and it's super streamlined. But when they're in the shopping cart, it's also going to suggest additional items for them. So, but very beautifully done. It is going to be ridiculous. It's coming at the perfect time too, but right before Christmas and that whole craziness, right? So that's launching in October, which is going to be awesome. They are also phasing out club commission because they realize that when customers are paying either retail, club, right, or your coach price. So the club commission was giving everybody 10% off of what they were purchasing as a customer. And so they are going to slowly be eliminating that so that your people will either be a customer of yours and you're going to get the full 25% commission, or they are now going to be a coach, right? Starting out as a discount coach that you're going to start. So that is really cool because that equals more for you, right? Beachbody, they're listening to what you guys are wanting and what we're asking for. So they're doing away with club commission. That's being phased out. As you can imagine, they've got to like work through their entire system and let all those people know in advance. So that is going to be phased out by December, which is amazing. Okay, so another awesome thing, if you don't need an incentive to get to Diamond, I'm going to give you another one. Like Diamond, you guys, is helping 8 people feel as good as you feel, and 2 of them want what you want, to build a business helping other people. They want to pay it forward, right? Every single person on here can get to Diamond. It is entirely doable. That is where your business really, really starts to take off. And they are giving you yet another incentive to get there besides earning more money for the work that you're already doing, is that they are giving you a Diamond bonus pool. So when you get to 2-star and above at the 2, 5, 10, and 15-star, they give you a bonus, right? So a quarterly bonus, $900, $2,500, $15,000 quarterly, right? You should continue to grow your business. It's massive, the opportunity. But they also want to share that love with Diamond coaches. So in the 3rd and 4th quarter of the year, they are giving Diamonds who achieve Success Club and hold that Diamond rank for 6 consecutive weeks, a $250 bonus per quarter, right? So you have the chance to earn $500 extra the last half of the year by becoming a Diamond coach and holding it for 6 weeks in each quarter, right? Christmas money, right? So that is taking how good you feel, you guys. When you saw my video today, when I went live, it was like you are inviting people to change their lives. That includes their finances, right? That includes that. And that includes, let them know that they do that by helping people get healthy and fit, right? So that's an added bonus for you in your business and an incentive to continue to share it too. So that is freaking amazing. That's freaking amazing. You guys have the power to do that. Can you tell I'm fired up? All right. What else, Maria?
Well, one thing about the Shift Shop, because we did have that a second time, is that be on the lookout because Carl is doing, I guess it's on Instagram. He didn't say on all the platforms. I heard him say Instagram, that if you screenshot your challenge tracker with your workout with 2 hashtags and then your Shakeology with the 7 days and the hashtags, he's giving out a couple 100 to like, I don't know, 20, 30 people. And then the last week on the 3rd week, it's going to be like $1,000. It's like insane. He was kind of running through the info and he said he was definitely going to put something out there so that we had it all in one spot because he's like talking to everybody. But I think that is awesome. Like the incentives that we get to be healthy and happy and help others. And that is just a fun random challenge on top of it. That's amazing.
We freaking get paid to help people feel good. Like who else does that in the world, right? From your pajamas and behind your computer, right? Like if you're braless, whatever. Yeah, look at Rachel's waving her hand. She's in her jammies, okay? It's unreal. And there's so many extra incentives now for you guys to like really continue to like crush it. So I would suggest for you guys in the next 6 weeks, people are still like in summer mode, right? I mean, there are barbecues and vacations out the wazoo. Summer is traditionally the hardest time of the year because everybody's out, right? Everybody's out. Not a lot of people are sitting at their computer stuck in the snowstorm checking social media. So you've got to stand out more. You've got to like do like, make your post killer, but you also have to connect more. And that is why we're doing this amazing Go for No, this race to know that Jenny and the other leaders are kind of spearheading here. Because your success in this business is not on your Facebook post. It's not on your Facebook post. That's like the highlight of what you're doing. Your business is built behind the scenes. So when you send all those messages to everybody, right, that is how people, that's how you take action. you need to connect like a boss, right? And so going for no and having conversations and inviting people to something specific is going to move your business forward. And you're going to feel the huge rush of that come September too, right? Because it's, you know, that what you're doing right now in your business is going to come back to you in a couple weeks. So not only is it going to help you, but it's also going to launch you into the fall, the last 2 quarters, right? Awesome. Okay. And the last thing that Carl said, we're going to just chat with the 3 coaches here that showed up. They're going to share their stories. But he said at the very end, I don't know if you guys heard it, if you were on the surge, he said, you don't need permission to be successful. You don't need permission. You decide that you want it. You take the word hope, you take the word try, you take all that BS language that we tell and we throw ourselves around in front of our faces, and you toss that crap out the window. Because when you want something, you achieve it, right? Nobody needs to give you permission. You just want it yourself. You know what you need to do. You can go get it, right? You totally can have that. And it's freaking awesome. I loved when he said that. You don't need permission to be successful. You just decide. You wake up and you go for it, right? Okay, cool. So talk about waking up and going for it. Maria, do you have anything else to add to that before we? No. Okay. So we have a couple speakers. So I am going to let Joanne Starkey go first. She is Brian, my husband's cousin's wife. So she's kind of family, and she works full time, and she has 2 kids, and she's busy. And so this, you know, uphauling everything to go out to Summit, right, was probably not the easiest thing on her life list of action items, right? And so, Joanne, why don't you share with us where you were before, why you decided to go, what you learned, right, and why they need to be a part of it next year.
You guys hear me okay?
Yes, we can hear you.
Rad. Okay. So I'll start with why I decided to go. And honestly, it was because everybody who came back from Summit, it was like they were coming back from some like other universe. Like all I ever heard was, it was amazing. And, you know, there were like usually, you know, little nuggets of like the business things that were coming out, but I never heard any details of like, what exactly happened to you? Everybody was just like in this fog of like, I'm so fired up and it was amazing. And I was like, all right, I gotta see this. And so, yeah, several months ago, I decided, I told my husband and I was like, I'm going, hope that's okay. And he was like, yeah, sure, I'll come with you. And so that was awesome. And as far as where I was beforehand, I didn't really have any fears or hesitations. My biggest problem is that, you know, like Lindsay said, I do have a full-time job. I'm a laboratory manager. I've got 40 people underneath me at work. And I do have 2 crazy kids and a husband and a mortgage. And so my life is kind of crazy. And I wouldn't call myself lazy, but when I come home from work, the last thing I want to do is work more. So my problem was motivation. And I knew that I needed to do more. I just wasn't exactly sure what that looked like. And so I went to Summit, was immediately blown away. The Team Rockstar Fit day, by the way, awesome. It was so cool to see you guys in person and to actually connect with these people that I've been seeing over the computer for the past couple of years, and to actually like give people hugs and soak in all the motivation and the inspiration was really cool. And I told Lindsay this, but the content that Team Rockstar Fit Day had was, I think, way better than the other workshops that they had there. So kudos to Team Rockstar Fit. But having said that, I did get a lot of information from all of the workshops that were there. And what I personally did was I took little nuggets of what they said and took that and kind of used that to inspire myself and apply it to, you know, my own life. And like anybody would do, these coaches are standing up on their stage and they're saying, this is what I did, this is what worked for me. Clearly nobody else's life is exactly like theirs. So you got to take, you know, what applies to you and actually apply it. So I finally thought of a team name for my own team while I was there. So I came home and I started my team page and I started my list of people that I was going to contact, and I actually followed through. And that was my thing that I brought home from Summit was I got to pull the trigger. I have to actually do these things that I have been hearing about for, you know, I think 2 years now. I've been sort of dawdling my way up the ladder, but I do have some really concrete goals now. Writing them down, it is scary. Saying you want to add $20,000 to your family's income is kind of like, whoa. But that's one of my goals. And actually writing down a date for Diamond, that was scary. Like, oh God, what if I don't do it? But what if I do? So that's what I got from Summit, is that, the track was laid out before me, and I knew that I had to actually start taking those steps. Summit was the thing that lit the fire for me to actually come home and say, okay, you've been dawdling for way too long. You've been coasting for way too long. It's time to actually start, get off your butt and do this. And so, doing the vital behaviors, I've been posting like mad. I have been doing exactly what Lindsay said, talking to people behind the scenes, not just posting on my Facebook page and Instagram, which is that's all I was doing before. And some business was sort of trickling in, but I have talked with, I have lost track of the number of people that I have talked to. Don't worry, I've got it all written down. But I don't have like a running list because I've been writing it down so fast. But, and actually right before we went to Summit, my husband said, I think I want to be an active coach. And I was like, yeah. So I've been kind of working, I've been working with him through what he wants to do. He's been posting like mad. He just told me today, he's like, yeah, so-and-so called me. They want more information. I've been seeing on his posts that people are like, send me a PM. I want to know the details of the Shift Shop business, what's going on. And so he and I are going to run a group together, and it's going to be guys against girls. And the girls are going to kick ass.
Girl power. Oh my gosh. So much good stuff. Jason went, your husband came to Summit too. Yep. So he wasn't actually in the workshops and stuff, but he still could sense the energy, right? It's like, what are you a part of? It's bigger than this freaking post that you're scared to put up, right? It's more than that. Yep. And it's about this sense of community and these people. And Joanne, you like freaking rocked it. I love that. Like, you carved out the time, you made it happen, right? To get yourself there. And it's invaluable, like what you learned and what your takeaways were and came back. By the way, what's your new team name?
Team Evolve Fit.
Team Evolve Fit?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm a biologist, so I had to work, something like DNA or, evolve or evolution in there. And so I just did there is no registry, so I just did a Google search for, it wasn't going to be Team Evolve, but there are actually 3 coaches out there with Team Evolve. So I just added fit onto the end.
Love it. Yes. You're the only one now. I love it. You go, girl. That's so freaking awesome. Well, we're super proud of you for going there, making it happen, coming back and taking action, right? Yeah. It's all in the action. You freaking rock. That's so awesome. Well, thank you for sharing, Joanne.
Yeah.
Okay. You can mute yourself. Sarah, do you want to introduce your coach and I think you need to share a little brief recap of how you guys even met.
Oh, hell.
This is wild, you guys. So you gotta listen. It's wild.
And I believe that Kathleen will be in my shoes next year. So first off, you never know who you're going to meet, when and where. So you have to always constantly share you. That's like the number one thing. And Shailene talked about that. Like, yeah, you know what? Sometimes I'm wearing like Beachbody head to toe, but I am sharing me. I want people to join me. So when I go and meet people, I share my personality, and I'm just down to friggin' earth. So when we were on Success Club trip, we decided to go off of like the property and to go away from all the Beachbody coaches. 1, because I'm like, let's go meet new people. And 2, it was a lot cheaper. So we decided to go on a booze cruise. Me, Dana, Marissa, and Megan. And little did we know that we would be on the same boat as Shan's. And she actually got married the day before. And she was on her wedding and honeymoon. She was with her husband. We got to talking with her. She lived in New York City. We're from Jersey. Her husband is from where I was living for a little bit in Rockland County, New York. So it was just like all the stars aligned. Then we get into like the water and we're talking about Shaun T. She's like, oh my goodness, I think I have like ripped abs, or I forget, hip hop abs or something. We're like, yes, that is exactly the company that we like promote for. And we're here on a Success Club trip, all inclusive, like paid for. And she's like, oh, I'm coming with you next year. So, you know, we were sharing how well they take care of us, our personalities. And I was like, hey, follow me on Snapchat or no, Facebook. I got her Facebook contact right away. We've been chatting, and then she's like, okay, I'm ready. And she signed up as soon as we got home, and that's it. It's amazing. So you never know.
Okay, you guys heard that, right? It was a booze cruise.
Mama Juana.
A Mama Juana booze cruise. She literally met her and signed up this amazing coach, and she's like out of the gates, like running, and she's rocking it like crazy. So
yes, already Emerald, signed up at April 28th, became Emerald, I believe, in June. Her husband loves the shakes. She's loving the shakes. She's loving the program. And like her body transformation already, she didn't have much weight to lose, but her body, like, oh my goodness, those guns of yours, girl. Please. So I introduce Shans.
Yay!
Thank you. I don't know. Can you guys hear me? Because I had technical difficulties on my computer. Okay. Thank you. I don't know.
Yes, you're on. It looks like you're on both. We see two of you, but we hear kind of an echo.
Oh no. Okay. I just tried to turn off my computer, so hopefully it turns off.
Okay, you sound good now. Go ahead.
Okay. So before I decided that I was going to come to Summit, I was kind of like, you know, it's too much money. I don't know anybody. You know, I don't know what I would possibly learn from Summit, but I can watch things live when I come, like as it's going on. I can just watch from home. And I have a lot of anxiety. I have generalized anxiety disorder. So when I think about doing stuff like that, it just completely freaks me out. So actually the day before Summit, I like still hadn't packed. A lot of the times my anxiety makes me avoid things or try to find an out to things. So I hadn't packed. I decided to go out that night, and I stayed out really late. Even though I knew I had to pack, woke up in the morning at 9 o'clock, did not set an alarm, just went back to sleep, and I had a 2:30 flight. So I just kind of like woke up a little bit throughout the day, and then at noon was like, all right, maybe I'll try to pack since I have this 2:30 flight. And I packed for an hour, and then I left, and I was so upset the whole cab ride, just like, you know, oh, if I miss this flight, I don't really care. Once I got in the airport, I was texting my husband and crying at the airport by myself because I was just like, I don't know anybody. I don't, you know, I met people for a second on this booze cruise when I was obviously, you know, having Mama Juana, but I didn't know anybody. I didn't know what to expect, and I was just feeling so uncomfortable, and it was just really taking over. And then when I actually got to Summit, got there, I was just kind of like easing into it. I wasn't sure how to feel the first day, going to Team Rockstar Fit Day and everybody kind of knowing each other. I was looking around, and I'm like looking at people, like saying hello to people, and I was just like, oh, they must like see each other all the time. Like, I don't know how this works. And then I would ask people like, oh, how many live things have you went to? And people would be like, oh, this is my first Summit. But they felt like they knew people. It was like a family. And it was so shocking to me that people were just, you know, oh yeah, this is my first Summit, or, you know, oh, this is my second Summit, and I'm meeting so-and-so for the first time. And I was just like, okay, this is a family. And then one of the things that was said, I think it was at Team Rockstar Fit Day. I can't remember if it was at Team Rockstar Fit Day, but somebody said, your fear is the edge of growth, or something along those lines. And I was just kind of like, okay, your fear is the edge of your growth. That's huge, because I had so much fear coming into it. And if I let my fear take over, that would have been the end of the growth. That would have been it. I would have just missed the flight. I would have stayed at home. But hearing that, you know, your fear is the edge of your growth, it really just helped me jumpstart, like, okay, I can do this. And then listening to the people who are on Team Rockstar Fit on stage, listening to all the things that they had to say was just so empowering, because everybody is so much like all of us. And, you know, just trying to do the best that they can and really making it happen. And that's just so huge, because you really do feel so much more connected, and you feel like, okay, I can do this too. And then the general session started, and it was, you know, being in this huge arena. And in my head, I kind of thought like, oh, I wonder who, you know, the host will be, or who the person will be introducing like the different segments. And little did I know it was going to be the CEO of the company. And that's absolutely insane to me. Like, that makes no sense to me. I've worked like 11 different jobs since I was 16 years old. I've worked like 2 serious real jobs post college. The place that I work right now, I've only met the head of the place like my first day of work. I've been there 2 years. And seeing the CEO of the company so passionate, and he's there and he's in it, and he's probably getting no sleep, and he's organizing all these things and introducing people, is huge, because it's a company that walks the walk. It's not just a company that's just kind of saying things and talking things. And you get to see that firsthand when you go to Summit. You get to actually live it and breathe it. And I mean, I don't know if people can hear. You don't know probably what I sound like normally, but my voice is still hoarse from like screaming and yelling in the middle of the stadium, just like going crazy over all the different things, over all the different stories. There's so many stories, so many tears, so much joy that's in that room, and just like growth that you feel. I felt like I was on a high all through Summit. Like, I was just floating on cloud 9. I could not believe that I was there and around so many amazing people. And I can't believe that I almost missed it. I almost let my fear get in the way. So if you are thinking about going to Summit, you're not sure, like you have to go. It's incredible. It's life-changing. It really is.
So freaking awesome.
I told you.
I know.
I told you.
She's so freaking awesome. And it's like, it's just so real. And I think you hit like one of the biggest things on the head, is that like sometimes when you think of like, okay, you know, the Trinas and the presenters and the people on stage, it's like they feel like they're so far from where you are, right? But
Yeah.
they went through that. They started in the same exact place, the same place. They had the same fears, hesitations, right? And it's like amazing how you just freaking like punch that fear in the face, and you decided. I saw the text, and you did the text of like you to your husband, like, I don't even want to go. This is so stupid. Why am I here? Right? And it's like we all feel that way at some point, but you totally rocked it, right? And here you are, like having so many amazing takeaways and just like launching you into like a better future, right? Mm-hmm. And that's what it's like about. Super proud of you. I'm super, super proud of you. So thank you for sharing.
Absolutely.
All right. And Kathleen, you are up. She is our last one to share her little Summit story. Take it away, Kathleen.
Can you guys hear me?
We can.
Okay. My internet is bad. So, and I can literally talk for like an hour about this. So you may have to just cut me off.
Wave the flag.
Yes, for real. Do it. 'Cause I will just keep talking.
Okay.
So really what happened was, excuse me, I bought my Summit ticket a while ago, and then I had my baby and I went into really bad postpartum depression and anxiety. And by the time Summit was rolling around, I had dropped rank and totally felt like I didn't belong there. I don't know why, but that's what I felt. And I was not excited. I can kind of echo Shan's thought or feelings on this, because I was like not excited to go at all. And like Devin kept texting me, and she was like so excited for me to come. And I was like, oh my God, I don't even want to like respond to her text messages right now. And like, I was just like, oh my God. I was like, I don't want to go. And I'm not a religious person, but I literally prayed that night that my flight would get canceled. Like, I was like, I wouldn't even be sad about it. And I actually pushed my flight back to Thursday morning because I was so anxious and upset. I was leaving my baby for the first time for like more than a night. But my husband kept like pushing me to go. He was like, just go, it'll be fine. And so I got on the plane and I immediately took an Uber to Team Rockstar Fit Day, and I was like hangry and I was just like so mad and I was just like not feeling it. And then I started to see Devin and Marissa and Sarah and everybody that I know, and I was like, okay, maybe this will be like fun. We'll just like hang out. And then, you know, I started hearing everybody talk, and I was like, okay, this is making me feel better. And I really enjoyed Team Rockstar Fit Day. And I was like, okay, but I was still like really missing my baby. And then I went to one of the general sessions on Saturday with Darren Hardy, and I was listening to him talk, and he said something that really struck with me, which is basically that your day is made up of or the choices that you make are made up of just like mundane everyday tasks that are like like nobody really cares about. So I was like, well, shit, like the things I'm doing like really do matter. Like these little choices I make, like the choice I made to get on the plane and the choice I made to better myself. And so that really struck with me. And then I decided that I really did want to share my story with people, because I thought maybe it would help other people too, maybe other moms that are struggling with postpartum depression. You know, I've gained a lot of weight. I weigh more now than I did when I was pregnant. So I thought, why not try and better myself and have these everyday choices that I make help people too. And then on the way to the airport on Monday, my Uber driver wanted to sign up as a coach with a challenge pack, and she wanted to come to next year. I know. I was literally just like sharing my story, because she was like, oh, she's like, are you leaving the Beachbody conference? I was like, yeah. I was like, oh my God, it was so amazing. I almost didn't come. And I was just like literally sharing my story with her. And she was like, oh, that's amazing. She was like, my sister and I have so much like weight to lose. She's like, I've heard about this Shakeology, and I had samples, and she was telling me about her 4 kids, and I gave her Daily Sunshine. And I was like, lady, you sound like you have a journey like me. She's a domestic, it was not that long of a drive to the airport, but she's like a domestic violence survivor. And I was like, oh, you seem like you have like a journey too. Like, why don't we be in this together? And I got her email and sent her the Beachbody On Demand. We've been like emailing, so just waiting for her to sign up. And it's like so crazy. Like so crazy. I'm still like processing everything, and I am like, don't know like what my life would have been like now if I didn't go to Summit. Like I don't know why I had those hesitations, but I'm so glad I went. I'm talking to over 20 people right now. I have over 20 convos going, and it's just really like reignited the flame. So I'm just like so excited.
Freaking A, you people. Oh, sorry, Jenny. Sorry, no kids allowed on Zoom. Kathleen, it's freaking amazing. I think that like the biggest thing is that all 3 of you guys and all of the rest of us that went, right, had 1.5 million reasons not to make it happen. I really think that, right? Like I bawled my eyes out for days that I was leaving my daughter on her birthday, right? Like Joanne had a full-time job and kids to manage, right? Kathleen, you were suffering from postpartum depression and leaving your baby for the first time, right? And Shan's had like a massive anxiety, and it was so much money. And like, what if they didn't go, right? They wouldn't have this fire in their belly. They wouldn't have a brighter future. They wouldn't be making a bigger impact, right? And it could change the entire course of their lives. And so I think that there will always be a reason not to do something, but it depends what you want to focus on, right? There's also a reason to do something. And so when you feel that, you know, you want something more for yourself and for other people, right? You've got to like show up to that. You've got to give yourself that, right? And we're so freaking proud of you guys for doing that. There's like 1.5 million takeaways. Like I take notes like crazy. Like I take notes. And it's like so freaking cool. So I'm so glad that you guys were there. I think your stories are they're relatable. They're so real, right? We all went through that as the rest of the coaches that were boarding a plane to go there, right? It was my 4th summit, Maria's 4th summit. We still have thoughts like that. We still have the stress and the anxiety and the planning and the bills and all that stuff, right? We still feel that, but we know what we're going to get from it is so much more than letting the fear stop us, right? It never wins. Your fear will never win, right? If you just push through that, you don't want it to win, right? You're so much better than that. Maria, is there anything else that you wanted to? Oh, do you guys have questions about any of the announcements that we said in the beginning? I know we buzzed through them. If you were on the surge, you already heard them. There's information on the right-hand side of your Coach Online office when you first sign in, and breaking news if you need any more information. Megan has my bra. That's a good story. Can you mail that back to me? I'm missing it.
Oh, God.
What else? She was sweaty. It was a workout, and we forgot.
I was there.
Yeah. Good planning on my part.
Yeah, it's all good.
Make it happen.
I know. I left my son. Megan left her son during Summit. I know. Yes, so glad I went. So the choice is yours, you guys, to get your ticket, obviously, for next year. I hope at this point you see the power and the value in being a part of this in real life, right? Like, we talk like this, but there's nothing like giving each other a hug. There's nothing like drinking one too many drinks out at Pat O'Brien's, right? And trying to, you know what I mean? Like, it's just fun to be together, and it totally changes the course of your life. So who is getting their summit ticket for next year? If your hand is not up, you're fired. Fired. All right. Yay. All right. Anybody have questions? Just unmute yourself real quick if you have any questions about anything that we talked about or anything in general. Somebody unmuted. Nobody unmuted.
No,
Right.
that was me.
Okay. So tomorrow kicks off our Go for No contest, 100, right? You guys have 1.5 million things you could be inviting people to. And the contest will start tomorrow. So Jenny has already uploaded that PDF, print it out, get ready to rock it. First one to 100 no's. They have to say no, because they're not saying no to you. They're not saying I don't like you. They're not saying I don't like who you are or what you post or what you share. They're saying no to themselves, and they're saying no, not right now. That's what they're saying, right? It's no, not right now. And then you put them on your follow-up list and you say, cool, I totally understand. Is it okay if I follow up with you in the future? It might be a better time then. And can I help you in any way right now? Right? And then you move on. Go for no. When you get the no's, you're going to freaking get the yeses. And that's where like action happens. And that's where things move forward. All right. So I can't wait to give out a freaking grand prize to somebody. And you guys are going to crush the rest of July and August. And obviously we're here to help you with whatever you need. So we're proud of you guys for showing up. For those that made it happen, we're excited for those that are going next year. An even bigger Team Reborn party is going to be going down. And you guys have a good night. All right. See you guys. All those beautiful.
What about a picture?
Wait, picture. Picture. Oh, I think I want to do one.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, cheese.
I blinked. Do it again.
Oh, God. Hold on. Everybody give me your best summit smile. I hope I got that, Lindsay. I hope I got that.
There's more where that came from. All right. Have a good night, everybody. You guys totally rock. We freaking believe in you. Go crush some goals, change some lives, make impact. Love you guys. Bye, Jenny. I love you.